You wake up in a cold sweat. Your heart is pounding. You just had that dream again. The one where you're falling, or showing up to an exam you didn't study for, or standing in front of a crowd, completely naked. It feels so real. And you're left lying there at 3 a.m. wondering, what does that mean? Is my brain trying to tell me something? If you've ever had a dream that stuck with you, you're not alone. Most people think dreams are random noise, meaningless firings of a sleeping brain. Or they think dreams are secret messages from the universe, coded symbols you need to decode. The truth is somewhere in the middle. And once you see the pattern, the whole thing gets surprisingly simple. Dreams aren't random, and they're not magical prophecies. They're your brain's way of processing emotional residue from the day. That's the whole game. You're not being visited by spirits. You're being introduced to your own emotional backlog. Let's break down what actually happens when you dream. You spend about 2 hours a night dreaming. That's across 4 to 6 separate dreams, and most of them you forget within 5 minutes of waking up. But the ones you remember, the ones that stick, those are the ones that carry emotional weight. Your brain is basically doing a nightly cleanup. It's sorting through the events, conversations, fears, and hopes of the day. It's trying to make sense of things. And during REM sleep, your brain creates narratives out of fragments. It takes a feeling and wraps a story around it. That's why dreams feel so vivid. It's not a random movie. It's a feeling dressed up as a movie. Now, let me introduce you to a framework that works every time. I call it the Dream Decoder. 3 steps. Identify the feeling, connect it to your week, and name the need. That's all you need. Let me give you a few examples. The falling dream. You know the one. You're falling and you wake up with a jolt. That's not about a fear of heights. It's about a fear of losing control. It's about something in your waking life that feels like it's slipping away. Maybe a relationship, maybe a job, maybe a sense of stability. The exam dream. You're back in school. You haven't studied. You can't find the classroom. You're going to fail. This dream isn't about school. It's about feeling unprepared. It's about a situation in your life where you feel like you're being tested and you're not ready. It could be a new job, a difficult conversation, or a big decision. The naked dream. You're in public and you have no clothes on. You're exposed. You're embarrassed. This isn't about a fear of public nudity. It's about feeling vulnerable. It's about a situation where you feel seen or judged without your defenses up. Your brain is telling you that you feel exposed in some area of your life. Let me give you another example. The chase dream. You're being chased by something or someone. You're running, but you can't get away. That's about avoidance. It's about something in your life you're running from. It could be a difficult conversation, a decision you've been putting off, or a responsibility you're avoiding. Your brain is saying you're not facing this, and it's catching up with you. The trapped dream. You're stuck in a room. You can't find the door. The walls are closing in. That's about feeling trapped in a situation. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's a mindset. Your brain is saying you feel like you have no options. So how do you actually use this? Start a dream journal. Keep a notebook next to your bed. When you wake up, write down whatever you remember, even if it's just a single image or a single feeling. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just get it down. Over time, patterns will emerge. You'll start to see your own recurring theme. And here's the really interesting part. When you actually address the thing your brain is signaling, the dream often stops. That recurring nightmare that's been haunting you for years, when you finally have the conversation, or make the decision, or set the boundary, it just stops. Because it was doing its job. It was trying to get your attention. And once you paid attention, it didn't need to anymore. You'll build your own personal dream dictionary. Not based on what the internet says, based on what your own life says. And that's way more valuable than any generic interpretation. Now let me tell you about the most important application of this. Your recurring dreams aren't your enemy. They're your subconscious trying to get your attention. And that subconscious knows things about you that your conscious mind doesn't. It knows when you're not being honest with yourself. It knows when you're ignoring your own needs. It knows when you're letting fear make decisions for you. So what's a dream you keep having? What's a dream that's been sticking with you for months or years? Now ask yourself, what's the feeling behind it? What's the situation in your life that might be causing that feeling? And what would happen if you actually addressed it? You don't need to be a dream expert. You don't need to buy a dream dictionary. You just need to be curious. And curiosity is the antidote to fear. Next time you have a weird dream, don't dismiss it. Don't Google it. Just sit with it. Ask yourself those 3 questions. What did I feel? When did I feel that this week? What do I need to do about it? And then do something. Even if it's small. Even if it's just naming it. Because when you name the thing, you take away its power. You stop being haunted and you start being informed. And that's the whole point. Dreams aren't about you being broken. They're about you being human. And the more you listen to them, the more you learn about yourself.